welcome to May 2015's HELIOS forecast for the Air Triad. Anyone seeking information pertaining to Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius has come to the right place. Herein you will find astrological insight into the nature of this particular window of time, along with a brief 5-card tarot reading as it applies to all who watch and listen. I encourage you to play this video multiple times this month in order to receive the full benefit of its subliminal affirmations and audio frequencies, as they have been specifically selected to enhance the quality of your journey through this month's energetic potentials. So let's lay out your foundation. A new world awaits, just around the next corner. The Eon, as your central theme, clearly signifies a current paradigm shift, one that, unlike the equally profound Death card and Tower card, does not require the shedding of the old. You have already undergone the process of willing sacrifice through the Hanged Man, resulting in the kind of mastery of unification shown by the lovers in your past. Now, in this moment and for the duration of this month, you can begin to experience the process of ascending to the next level directly, so long as you walk along your chosen dimensional timeline responsibly and with integrity. On either side of the central theme there are 2 doorways, represented here as the 7 of Wands, that teaches of the importance of courage, enabling you to face and transcend your fears through direct experience, perhaps modifying your list of priorities in the process, and the 5 of Discs, that is often equated to the dark night of the soul, from which you must endure confusion and the illusion of lack, even in the face of the most obvious solution, leading you to no solution other than that which is revealed by closing your eyes and allowing your inner light to guide you to the place of salvation you are currently unable to recognize with your eyes open. So obviously, neither of these paths are very rich with comforts. However, taken within a context established by the Eon, it is safe to say that there is a potentially glorious end result to look forward to, of course without excluding the value of the experience of getting there. On the other side of this event, you are likely to find a kind of peace that only a hermit can come to know, which is not to say that you are destined for isolation, but that you are going to enter a phase of deeper introspection than you may have experienced for quite some time. This will be a wonderful period of time to spend in your own space, in your own energy field. You are likely to actually want to. If and when this occurs, consider using this personal time to deepen your knowledge of not only yourself, but of the new world that you have entered on the other side of the Eon. So let's look at this from an astrological perspective.
This month began with a full moon in Scorpio on the 3rd. For Gemini, this emphasized health, work, and service to others, setting the stage for the following paradigm-shifting ingredients. The Sun lingers in your 12th house for the first 21 days, beckoning you to dive deeper into your inner self and your internal world than you may be accustomed to diving. There is either a richness there or a dullness there that may wind you up, potentially giving rise to stress, either out of excitement or frustration. You may feel inclined to take action, but do so before the end of the 2nd week, embracing the opportunities presented by Venus as it moves into your 2nd house. I'm sure you can imagine the implications of the planet associated with money, resources, and sensory pleasures coming into your house of money, resources, and sensory pleasures. Mercury is going to turn your head towards the past and slow you down whether you are ready for it or not, but you may feel torn as Mars enters your 1st house, just 5 days before the retrograde begins. You may feel tempted, more than others, to take action and initiate change within this retrograde cycle. However, this retrograde cycle is about looking back, going over your thinking patterns, modifying your priorities even. So if you resist temptation, you can spend this time carefully crafting your new world and your new Eon from the foundation up by modifying your perceptions. So take care, be cautious, avoid any Mars-inspired temptation to act out of old patterns. Take time out, and also take things on one at a time, even before the retrograde begins, in order to avoid any frustration caused by Mars in your 1st house, especially as it is opposed to Saturn in your house of relationships. Someone may actually straight up tell you you cannot do something. It is best to focus and internalize as much as possible. The new moon spells it all out for you. Remember, this is the point at which you can set your intentions most effectively, and this is occurring in your deeply internal 12th house, just 1 day before the Mercury retrograde cycle begins. So go within. The best results will surface there, hence the Hermit in your Fate section. For Libra, this month began with an emphasis on resources and perhaps financial matters, also asking the question, do you value yourself enough? What is your time and energy worth to you? You have an opportunity to take your power back here. As Venus moves into your 10th house, your career may receive a blessing, perhaps in the form of good news. With Mercury spending the duration of this month and beyond in your 9th house, you are going to be searching for meaning. In order to fully indulge the how and why questions, consider going on some kind of personal retreat. Sometimes the best way to discover what you have yet to learn is to become immersed in a new environment, especially if you intend to do so. If you are hesitant to take this path, perhaps you can embrace this as your 7 of Wands, a good sign that the 5 of Discs is not reaching manifestation. As Venus enters your 10th house of life purpose on the 8th, you may find it easier to bring what you enjoy and what you want into your career. This can help your new eon come into view. On the 13th, as Mars joins Mercury in your 9th house, you may begin to feel restless. Refrain from making decisions too quickly. Don't disturb the harmony that already exists. Indulge the new creative ideas that flow in at this time in theory only, especially as Mercury goes retrograde on the 18th. Before it does, on the 17th, use the new moon to set your intentions. Essentially, you want to state them to the universe and then detach, riding out the Mercury retrograde in hermit-like reflection until the Sun joins Mercury and Mars in your 9th house, perhaps revealing the specific nature of your new eon. For Aquarius, the full moon took place in your house of life purpose, your 10th house. Somehow, this eon shift may end up being more profound for you than others. You may end up discovering some very significant paradigm-shifting talents. As Venus moves into your 6th house of work, service, and health, it bears a gift of knowledge, either in the form of good news or as new levels of understanding concerning your health and what shifts you can make that will benefit you and your life purpose the most. Maybe a new diet is in order, or maybe a new exercise routine. This Mercury retrograde cycle, beginning on the 18th, encourages you to reflect on the way you use your creative faculties, also asking, are you having enough fun? Just before, on the 17th, the new moon lends the opportunity to become clear about what you want. This clarity can be answered with results to match. So make an effort here. However, Mercury retrograde is not the time to take action on new ideas. Such pursuits could bring about the confusion inherent in the 5 of Discs. Additionally, be cautious with your communication methods, particularly in the last 2 weeks with Mars and Mercury together. Sometimes the way to achieve peace is to refrain from presenting strong opinions, even when you are being challenged. This may reveal the fear to be faced, implied by the 7 of Wands. Mercury retrograde is a time for personal reflection, and that is what the Hermit is all about. As the Sun joins Mars and Mercury in your 5th house of fun, play, and creativity on the 22nd, you may find that the new eon, along with your new perceptions or talents, is a lot more fun than the old.
So there it is. Consider contacting me for a personal consultation, providing a perhaps surprising abundance of useful insight into not only the nature of your personality in relation to others and the world at large, but into transcendent gateways and specific strategies allowing you to optimize your experience and function within and beyond your personality, as well as a fair amount of guidance regarding specific windows of opportunity or windows of greater challenge. Such a consultation can be so helpful for a very long time after, as each is recorded and delivered within 24 hours, so you can refer back to it for many years. There are 3 levels to choose from, each with flexible prices, meaning you can pay anything you like within the range I have provided. Level 1 includes an astrological birth chart and tarot spread, complete with a brief written explanation of each of your personal placements, as well as a brief written explanation of the most relevant insights provided by your tarot spread, for a flexible price of $30 to $50. Level 2 includes an in-depth personal astrology and tarot consultation as an MP3 to download at your convenience for the flexible price of $50 to $75. And Level 3 is a one-on-one personal astrology and tarot consultation via phone or Skype for a flexible price of $75 to $100. To order or to inquire about anything, simply send a message to manyfacesofhelios@gmail.com. Tell me what you want, and I'll make it happen. It really is that simple. Thank you for watching.